I've been making a lot of Tesla videos lately, but for damn good reason. The standard range Model 3 Tesla has just completed a range test. And the thing has a bigger battery pack, but somehow Tesla has actually significantly improved the efficiency. I don't know how they've done it, but it's very impressive. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Electric Viking. My name is Sam Evans. I'm coming to you here from Melbourne in Australia. I know. I'm not in America. I'm not in Europe. I'm in a backwater down here, the outback of Australia, and we just see kangaroos running around everywhere. And no, not really. Anyway, welcome to the channel to all you new subscribers. Welcome back to everyone else. Great to have you. Now, what exactly is going on here in this story? Well, this story is actually impressive for a number of reasons. Not just one. I wasn't going to share it with you if it was just for one. But there's a number of reasons that this story is impressive. Okay, the first of these. Tesla has increased the size of the usable battery pack. In other words, it's basically increased the size of the battery pack, the lithium iron phosphate battery pack in the Tesla Model 3 in the standard range model. The price hasn't gone up. Well, in most places it hasn't for the standard range model. And the pack size has increased, the usable pack size. Plus, the range has increased. Plus, the cold weather range seems to have improved significantly. Now, I made a video recently about the probability of Tesla getting 200 gigawatt hours of lithium iron phosphate batteries for their American factories. Apparently, this will be built by a Chinese company, part owned by Volkswagen, called Goshon High Tech. And this came from a stock exchange filing. It's not some sort of rumor. It's actually a filing on the Shenzhen Stock Exchange in China. So this story appears to be true. And the fascinating thing about this is that these new batteries will have 210 watts per kilo of energy density, which is, for lithium iron phosphate batteries, absolutely insane. What that would mean is, if you put those batteries into this car, the standard range model, LFP batteries have all the benefits of LFP batteries, being able to charge to 100%, discharge, zero effects on the battery degradation, being able to have so many more battery life cycles than an NCA or NCM chemistry battery. But zero range punishment. I mean, 210 watts per kilo. These cars would probably be about 150 watts per kilo. So what that means is that in, say, a couple of years, when you can get one of these cars, right, with this size battery pack, 60 kilowatt hour battery pack, you're going to see probably an increase in range of at least 20% with the new batteries that Tesla are getting. But getting back to this car now here, I've got to say, I don't hear Tesla crowing about the fact they've significantly improved this car. There's a lot of detractors of Tesla saying, oh, their marketing is gibberish and they're exaggerating everything. But the reality is, I haven't heard Tesla talk about this at all, about the fact that they've improved this car in 3 very significant ways and they've said virtually nothing. So that's pretty damn impressive. Now, these stats don't come from Tesla. They come from Bjørn on YouTube. Now, the latest Tesla made in China Model 3 was tested by Bjørn Nyland on his YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description below to the test, to the video if you want to check it out. I found it a bit dry, but anyway, you can check it out if you want. Now, the car has a 60.5 kilowatt hour battery, LFP, obviously lithium iron phosphate, out of which, according to the updated reading by the Scan My Tesla app, 57.5 kilowatt hours is usable. So almost the entire battery is actually usable. That's more than 9% versus previously. So the battery has nearly 10% additional storage versus the old model. I mean, the old model's not very old. It hasn't been out for very long. So the fact that they've updated it this quickly, you've got to give them some credit for that. That's impressive. Now, capacity of the full pack when new is 60.5 kilowatt hours. But remember, LFP batteries barely degrade over time. Barely. So you're going to find that, probably after 500,000 kilometers, you might see 20% battery degradation. So yeah, they're pretty impressive. Now, what does this mean? Usable full pack capacity now is 57.5 kilowatt hours net versus the older model. Usable pack capacity was 52.6 kilowatt hours previously. So that's about a 10%, improvement. Now, Tesla has taken a fair bit of heat about, well, not just Tesla, but electric cars in general, about how they perform in cold weather. It's true, especially lithium iron phosphate powered cars have taken a lot of criticism for how the cars perform in extreme cold weather, not 10 degrees Celsius, but I'm talking, -3 temperatures. It can significantly affect the range of the cars, but It seems as though Tesla has been working on this as well. In winter conditions at -3 degrees, with wet roads, which obviously decreased range as well, and with 18-inch all-weather tyres, the new Tesla Model 3 set a noticeably higher efficiency and range than the previous version under the same test conditions, as well as versus a long list of other electric cars. So, yeah, sorry Tesla haters, it's not a myth that Tesla's efficiency is better than other vehicles. It's actually true. Now, at 90 kilometers an hour, the car achieved a range of 404 kilometers, or 251 miles. That's 17% more than the previous version in the winter test. I'll put a link in the description below to the report on that previous test, and I'll put one as well to this current test. The difference, higher than the increase in battery capacity by a fair bit, is partially related to the 6.6% lower energy consumption at 142 watts per kilometer, or 228 watts per mile. So this is actually, I don't know, some kind of breakthrough. Is this energy density improvement? Is this, I don't know what they've done, but it's seriously really impressive. Not only is this standard range car probably the best value Tesla you can get for your money, I'd say hands down, they've just significantly improved it in a couple of areas. Now, Inside EV says that this is a remarkable achievement, that an entry-level electric Tesla can achieve roughly 400 kilometers or 250 miles of range on a single charge in the winter, doing this kind of speed on wet roads. Put all those three things together, and honestly, people seem legitimately shocked at the result. Now, the new version of the Tesla Model 3 standard range is a bit heavier. It weighs 20 kilos more than the previous version. So, yeah, not a lot of difference in a 1,750 kilo car, right? Now, in the comments section, yeah, here's a good reason not to read comments on these idiotic places where you find articles, right? Somebody claimed that a Ford F-150 six-seater can actually only weighs the same as a Tesla Model 3 at 1,800 kilos. Actually, the Model 3 weighs a bit less, about 1,750. But basically saying that the Ford F-150 pickup truck, not the electric version, the gas version weighs the same as this. So I did some research. I thought, that's not true. I remember the Ford weighing more like 2.5 tons. Yeah, it's not true. Not even remotely true. So if you read these kinds of outlandish statements made by gas fans, just do some quick research and tell them they're wrong so we don't have more people believing this kind of utter nonsense. Now, how did the car go when the speed was increased? Well, at 120 kilometers an hour or 75 miles per hour, the range decreased by 28% to 290 kilometers or 180 miles, as energy consumption increased by 40% to 199 watts per kilometer, or 320 watts per mile. However, those are still outstanding results, better than in the case of many other models with 20 kilowatt hours bigger battery packs coming from other car brands. So, I've got to say, here's the facts, guys. This is not coming from a Tesla fanboy channel. This is coming from Bjørn Nyland. He's not some kind of Tesla fan. The dude is very objective, so it's very interesting to see these numbers. Now remember, these numbers are for winter. They're for a winter test at -3 degrees. If you're testing the car at 20 degrees Celsius or 10 degrees Celsius or whatever that is in Fahrenheit, sorry Americans, I don't know, then the range is going to be totally different. It's going to be significantly better. So a quick recap. Results at 90 kilometers per hour, 56 miles per hour, range of 346 kilometers, 215 miles. This is at -3 degrees Celsius with a wet road, by the way. Energy consumption of 152 watts per kilometer or 245 watts per mile. But that is for the older version. This newer version does a fair bit better in the test. 90 kilometers an hour at a colder temperature, -3 versus 1 degrees. It did 404 kilometers with an energy consumption that was way lower at 142 watts per kilometer. And it now has a 10% bigger battery capacity. Now I'm going to share with you an actually useful, valuable comment, not some of the inane nonsense that's everywhere around the, I don't know, people seem, the people with the smallest amount of brain capacity seem to comment the most. But anyway, that's not the case on this YouTube channel, by the way. I'm talking about some of the other places that I find this information. Now, Here is a good comment. This is crazy. The heat pump is very important. Our 2019 Tesla long-range Model 3, the long-range version, by the way, and not lithium iron phosphate, which has a lower energy density, obviously we're talking about the normal batteries Tesla uses, have no chance at all to reach 400 kilometers of range in winter in these conditions. The rear-wheel drive, from a range perspective, is such great value. Most people will not need any more range than this. If you regularly drive 500 kilometers, the long range will still be a luxury, but not as needed anymore. The rear-wheel drive will do. The EV evolution is happening so quickly. And I've got to agree, just in the space of 2 years, we've seen this incredible change. We were saying LFP batteries, they don't work in electric cars, they're too heavy, the energy density is too low. And all of a sudden, well, Elon comes out, says, no, LFP batteries are the chemistry of the future. They make a standard range model with LFP batteries. It's cheaper. The batteries, you're going to get at least twice as many cycles out of them. And all of a sudden, the range now eclipses the former long-range version. So that is significant progress. And I really haven't heard Tesla crowing about this. They probably should be. Thanks for watching the channel. And I'll see you again on the next one. Bye-bye.